Hello and welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at a film called Being There. It stars Peter Sellers. It was made in 1979 and directed by Hal Hartley. Hal Hartley was probably considered one of the rebel filmmakers of the day when this whole thing started with these new wave of filmmakers. You don't hear that much about Hal Hartley, but he was definitely in the group. He directed films like Shampoo, starring Warren Beatty, Harold and Maude, which is a bit of a cult film, and The Last Detail with Jack Nicholson, which is a really, really good film. And I think probably be reviewing that one on a future episode. Being There stars Shirley MacLaine. She has 77 movie credits. She was doing movies in the late 50s and the 60s, and it wasn't until like the later 70s and 80s when her career started taking off. She did a film with Jack Lemmon called The Apartment, which was really, really good. And it wasn't until later where she did films like Terms of Endearment, Steel Magnolias, Used People. Anyways, she's been around the block quite a few times. Well, Peter Sellers' big claim to fame is as Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther films, which I love the Pink Panther films. I grew up with them. They are hilarious. He is hilarious. He's a comic genius in these films. Early in his career, he kind of had his break with a film called Lolita, which was directed by Stanley Kubrick. And Stanley Kubrick really liked Peter Sellers a lot. He liked him so much when he did Dr. Strangelove, he actually cast him to play 4 different roles, ultimately, only using 3 of the roles. Each one of those roles was radically different from the next, and he just pulls it off because he's awesome. Let's take a look at the trailer.
Fell over the whole weekend, and the blizzard is called
Good morning,
one of the
Louise.
worst in that city's history.
Dead, Jet. The old man's dead.
I see.
It shows, because posture reading.
Well, Mr. Chance, I have no alternative but to inform you that this house is now closed. If indeed you have resided here, you have no legal right to remain. You'll have to move out by, let's say, noon tomorrow.
I don't understand move out.
This is terrible, sir. I hope you're not badly injured.
We'll take him to a hospital.
You know, why don't you come to our house and we could take care of you there? My husband's been very ill. The doctor and the nurses are staying with us.
Are you planning on making any sort of claim against the Rands?
You need a secretary?
He is different, isn't he?
Perhaps. I can't read.
Mr. President, I want you to meet my very dear friend, Mr. Chauncey Gardner.
Mr. Garner, do you agree with Ben, or do you think we can stimulate growth through temporary incentives?
Thank you for joining us on such short notice and filling in for the Vice President.
You seem to be a truly peaceful.
Thank you, Ben.
To quote Mr. Gardner, as long as the roots of industry remain firmly planted in the national soil.
The opening scene is his employer passes away. And we later determined that Chance has been living and working in this house his entire life. He's never actually left this house. He is kind of a simpleton. He's kind of very simple-minded. He does his work. He loves gardening. That's what he does. And he watches TV. That is it. He watches TV. He gardens. And he doesn't think about anything else. He's kind of like I would say more, if I would have to tell what he's like, almost like a Forrest Gump character. It's a little bit like that. You know, his employer dies and he basically has to leave. So he leaves and he doesn't know anything about the outside world. He's just used to watching TV. So he wanders around for quite a bit. Check out this scene.
Excuse me. Could you please tell me where I can find a garden to work in?
A garden? You're growing, man.
There is much to be done during the winter. I should start the seeds for the spring and work the soil.
Oh, shit. Who sent you here, boy? Did that chicken shit asshole Raphael send you, boy?
No. Mr. Thomas Franklin told me I must leave the old man's house. He's dead, you know.
Dead my ass. You tell that asshole if he got something to tell me to get his ass down here so. Got that, boy?
Check it out.
What? Come on, man.
Chauncey is, he doesn't speak very much, but when he does, it seems very, what's the word I'm looking for? It seems like it's super smart somehow, like he's talking about gardening, and they think he's talking about politics. Anyways, and he kind of keeps stumbling into higher and higher levels of meeting people. He meets like senators and things like that. This is a good scene where he meets with the president and the other star of the film, Melvin Douglas, who plays the billionaire.
Mr. Garner, do you agree with Ben, or do you think we can stimulate growth through temporary incentives?
As long as the roots are not severed, all is well, and all will be well in the garden.
In the garden?
Yes. In a garden, growth has its season. First comes spring and summer, but then we have fall and winter. And then we get spring and summer again.
Spring and summer?
Yes.
Then fall and winter?
Yes.
I think what our insightful young friend is saying is that we welcome the inevitable seasons of nature, but we're upset by the seasons of our economy.
Yes. There will be growth in the spring.
Well, Mr. Garner, I must admit that is one of the most refreshing and optimistic statements I've heard in a very, very long time.
Anyways, it's just a really, really good film, and it's difficult to describe it. I mean, it's also a very slow burn. You got to get ready for that. It's not like today's movies. Everything's not just handed to you. It's kind of like, it's a thinker. You have to pay attention to what's happening. There's a lot of humor in there if you follow along. And his performance is just so nuanced. It's classic Peter Sellers. And the crazy thing about it is before this, Peter Sellers had a string of duds. They were just flops, really bad comedies, one after the other. And the good news is that Being There was a huge success. Peter Sellers was nominated for a Golden Globe and an Oscar. Melvin Douglas won the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor. But unfortunately, in the way Hollywood works, is you're only as good as your last film. So even though this is being mentioned as Peter Sellers' last movie, he actually did one more after this called The Fiendish Plot of Dr. Fu Manchu, which it's crazy because people were saying that Being There is the best film he's ever made, and The Fiendish Plot of Dr. Fu Manchu, which came a year later, is the worst film they've ever seen. So it's a crazy business. This film came out in 1979. Peter Sellers died of a heart attack in 1980. He had a lot of heart attacks in his life, something like 15 different heart attacks over the years for different things. So he definitely had some issues going on. We can kind of all call this Peter Sellers' last film and leave him on a high note, I think. And make sure you stay and watch the credits at the end. And the credits have an extended outtake that he did. It's really now bittersweet after he died to watch this scene. Apparently he didn't want this outtake to be at the end of the film. He said it cost him the Oscar because they had this sequence, but I don't think so. But anyways, now that he's passed, to have it in there to see the real Peter Sellers for a few moments at the end is really pretty cool. Again, like I said, I was a huge fan of Peter Sellers. I was very sad when he died. I'm normally not sad when an actor dies, but for him I was. Tune in next week. I'm going to be reviewing The Boys from Brazil, which is about a German plot to clone Adolf Hitler. Yes, that's what I said. And it's really good. It's got Laurence Olivier and Gregory Peck. And come back for that one. It's really, really good. All right, so thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. Make sure you click and subscribe. Check out my other videos. And that's it. Bye-bye.
Life is a state of mind.